Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Tuesday, February 28, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Ohio U vs Kent State. The Golden Flashes are still in the hunt for the regular season MAC crown and want to clinch a top 4 seat in the conference. Kent State has won 7 of the last 10 games against Ohio, including a 70-65 win at Ohio earlier this year. They are undefeated at home and 23 as a favorite this season. The Golden Flashes are 4-2 at S in their last 6 games. Kent State's defense, ranked first in every major category in the MAC, will keep Ohio's offense at bay. Ohio is also just 2-4 at TS in the last 6 games against Kent State. Take Kent State minus 8.5 points. Taking the under in this game for multiple reasons. The last time these teams faced off, the game went 7.5 points under the total set at 142.5, 4 points lower than out total for this game. Expect the defenses to dictate the game throughout, with Ohio's defense allowing opponents to average 73.1 points per game on the season, while Kent State only allows opponents to average 64.4 points per game on the season. Based on these averages, we can expect a total well below our given total. In terms of trends, Ohio has gone under in 4 of their past 5 games against a team with a winning record, while Kent State has gone under in 4 of their past 5 games overall, and in 8 of their past 10 games against a team with a winning record. These averages and trends make me confident in taking the under for this matchup. Take under 146.5 point. Eastern Michigan vs Bowling Green. In the first game between the two, the difference was at the 3-point line. Bowling Green shot 10 for 23.435, while Eastern Michigan was 3 for 22.136. Bowling Green shoots .346 from deep, while EMU shoots .318. Recently, EMU is playing much better, having gone 4-5 straight up in its last 9 games, compared to, as previously mentioned, 0-9 for Bowling Green. Eastern Michigan is 6-7 against the spread on the road, while Bowling Green is 6-6 at TS at home. Yet Eastern Michigan is 4-1 at TS in its last 5 road games and 8-2 at TS in its last 10 games overall. Bowling Green is 2-3 at TS in its last 5 home games and 2-7 at TS in its last 9 games overall. Bowling Green has won 7 straight over Eastern Michigan, which is likely one reason, plus being at home, why the Falcons are favored by this amount. Still, Eastern Michigan is playing much better currently. That earlier game was the first conference game for both teams. Bates shot 2 for 14 in that loss, and he and his team should be much better this time. Take Eastern Michigan plus 4.5 points. These are the 2 worst defensive teams in the MAC, and among the worst the country as the statistics above show, which is why the over-under is so high. The over is 3-2 in Bowling Green's last 5 home games. The over is 2-3 in Eastern Michigan's last 5 road games. Both teams play at a high tempo. Bowling Green averages 70.0 possessions per 40 minutes, according to Kempom.com, which was 52nd nationally entering Monday. Eastern Michigan averages 69.7 possessions per 40 minutes, which was 77th. So there will be a lot of scoring chances. Bowling Green gets a lot of easy points in transition, averaging 13.21 fast break points, which was 28th entering Monday. Eastern Michigan averages 7.79 fast break points, just 248. The over is 5-1 in Bowling Green's last 6 home games versus a team with a losing road record. Eastern Michigan is 2-11 on the road. Take over 159 points. Buffalo vs Northern Illinois. The Huskies have been much better in the second half of the year. NIU is 12-17 for the year, but the Huskies are 8-8 in the conference and 7-5 in their last 12 games. Buffalo has been inconsistent all year, and the Bulls have also struggled on the road all season. Buffalo is just 2-9 on the road this year, NIU should be able to take advantage of their home court in this matchup. Take NIU. Northern Illinois has been an up-tempo team this year, and the home team usually dictates pace. NIU is 79th in adjusted tempo this season out of 363 teams. Buffalo has struggled on the road all year. The Bulls have also been inconsistent defensively, and they will face an NIU offense that is shooting a solid 45.9% from the field. This should be a faster-paced and higher-scoring matchup. Take the over 153.5 points. Georgia State vs Texas State. When looking at KenPom's adjusted efficiency margin, there is a bit of a difference, as Texas State is 217th in the sport with a -3.89 rating, while Georgia State is currently 276th in the nation with a -8.94 rating thus far. Looking at the assist-to-turnover ratio, there is a small difference, as well as the Panthers are 330th in the country with a 0.791 ratio thus far, while the Bobcats are 309th in college basketball with a 0.828 ratio. Go with the Texas State Bobcats to cover the spread at home, as they should dominate in this matchup. Our team pick is Texas State Bobcats -4.5 points. These offenses have been decent, but not great in their last few games heading into the postseason, as Georgia State is scoring 60.5 points in their last 2 games, while Texas State is averaging 71.3 points in their previous 3 games. Both programs are playing at a slower level than they need to in order to reach this number, as the Panthers are 196th in the country with 69.7 possessions per game, while the Bobcats are all the way down at 344th in the sport with 65.7 possessions per game right now. All in all, go with the under 130.5 points to hit in this game. Villanova vs Seton Hall. The road team is 8-0 ATS in the last 7 meetings between these schools, and Seton Hall is 0-5 ATS in their last 5 home games, per Covers.com. The Wildcats have defeated 2 straight ranked teams, while the Pirates have lost 2 straight to ranked opponents. One of those opponents was number 16 Xavier, a team Villanova beat on the road by a point, but Seton Hall lost at home by 18 later the same week. The Pirates have beaten only Georgetown in their last 5 games and lost to then number 23 Creighton in that stretch, the same team Nova just beat by 12. Seton Hall's offense has been abysmal of late, and I don't think they will have enough to overcome a strong Wildcats defense that has allowed 4 of their last 5 teams to score 67 or fewer points. Seton Hall has only once scored more than 62 points in their last 4 games. Take the Wildcats. The total is very low on this game, and one of the main reasons is the pace of play between both of these schools. Seton Hall ranks 206th in the KenPom tempo ratings, and Villanova comes in at 342nd. Over their last 5 games, these 2 teams combined to average 128.4 points per game. The Pirates have put up 55 or less 3 times in their last 9 games and 5 times this season. They have scored under 70 points on 16 occasions this season. Nova hasn't been all that much better, twice scoring in the 50s this season and scoring under 70.7 times in their last 10 games. In the Wildcats' last 5 road games, the under is 4-1, according to Covers.com, and is also 7-0 in Seton Hall's last 7 games, following a loss of 20 or more. Take the under 130.5 points. San Diego State vs Boise State. San Diego State has won or pushed against the spread in 5 of their last 6 games. Boise State has not won against the spread in 7 straight games and has not won against the spread at home in almost a month. San Diego State has dominated the series with Boise State recently. Look for these trends to continue. Take San Diego State +1 point. Boise State has gone over the point total in 4 of their last 5 games, and either they or their opponent has scored 72 or more points in 6 straight. San Diego State has gone under the point total in 5 of their previous 6 games and in 3 straight road games. Their meeting earlier this year did go under the point total, and a total of 133.5 points were scored. Boise State and San Diego State currently rank 223rd and 216th in pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair. Look for this game to go under 134 points. Virginia Tech vs Louisville. The Cardinals have played better basketball over the latter part of the season. Louisville is 8-1 in the last 9 games against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has won just one game on the road this season and is just 1-7-1 at TS on the road. Despite just 4 wins on the season, Louisville is a more respectable 7-9 Austrian shillings at home. The Hokies are just 2-4 at TS in their last 6 games overall and 2-4 at TS in their last 6 games against Louisville. The Cardinals are 4-1 at TS in its last 5 games. Look for the trends to continue as the Cardinals show continued improvement in this matchup as well. Take Louisville plus 10.5 points. These two teams have been over machines of late, as the Cardinals are 6-1 OU in their last 7 overall, while the Hokies are on a 9-1 OU run in their last 10 games as well. Neither defense in this game is particularly good by any standards, so I see no reason why these overruns for both teams can't continue. Virginia Tech is 8-4 OU this year off a loss and clearing those totals by an average of 5.9 points game. Louisville is 12-11-1 OU off a loss and clearing those totals by an average of 3.1 points game. The two teams are a combined 24-11-1 OU in conference play this year, and it's the Hokies' 14-4 OU record, clearing totals by an average of 8.9 points game, leading the way there. Obviously these poor defenses could get help from some poor shooting, especially in the case of Louisville's offense. But take away that game against Virginia's stout defense, and the Cardinals have averaged 76.3 points game on offense during this 4-game run at home of ATS wins. There are just too many supporting factors to continue riding the wave of overs for both of these two teams. Arkansas vs Tennessee. Arkansas has to feel like they are not in the tournament yet, even if some of the bracketologists have them in. The Vols have covered just 2 of their last 8 games, as their offense has struggled against good defensive teams. They still have some injury issues, despite getting James back with Tyreke Key, 8.1 ppg, and Julian Phillips, 9 ppg, 4.8 rpg, being listed as questionable. Key missed the South Carolina game, and Phillip hasn't played since February 11. The Razorbacks, with more incentive, having covered 3 straight, will cover this road game. Our team pick is Arkansas plus 7.5 points. Even with a highly ranked defense, Arkansas owns a 6-2 OU record in their last 8 games, but it's really been their own offense doing the bulk of the work in the majority of those over results. Chances are they are going to have a tough time sniffing 80 points against this Tennessee defense that allows just 56 points game on the year, so this is not likely going to be a game where these two run up and down the floor on one another. There is no previous meeting this year to go on between these two, but the game Tennessee hosted Alabama a few weeks ago is a decent benchmark for how we can expect the Volunteers to possibly play. Tennessee did everything it can to avoid running with Alabama that day, and it paid off in spades in the 68-59 Tennessee victory. Not sure we get a score that low, but the end result of an under should be the same. Our total pick is under